Hey there, it's Erica Jones here, and you're watching True Beauty U TV. And in this video, I'm giving you the 5 essentials of essential oils. Now, if you're new to essential oils, or if you know a little bit about them and want to know more, you definitely want to watch this video. I'm going to be going over some of the top things that you need to know before you start buying and getting into essential oils. I'm going to tell you how to spot fakes. I'm going to tell you how to spot junk oils that have fillers in them, and I'm going to give you some great beauty tips and information on how you can use them to benefit you. So I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll be back with more great content for you soon. Welcome to the 5 essentials of essential oils. This video is all about getting started with quality essential oils for optimal health and beauty benefits. I'm going to be telling you about, obviously, the 5 essentials of essential oils, but I'm also going to be telling you about red flags to look out for when you're shopping for essential oils, and how to tell if an oil is fake or filled with junk. These are really important things that you need to know, because the quality and potency of your oils affects the therapeutic benefit that you can obtain, as well as the beauty benefits. So I'm going to be telling you about the best places to purchase essential oils for optimal purity and beauty benefits. We know that essential oils have tons of benefits and that they're really powerful. They go way back in history, all the way back to Hippocrates, who we know used them. And he said a perfumed bath and a scented massage every day is the way to good health. And I definitely have to agree with that. If I could get that every day, I know that I'd be feeling at my optimal level of health. So if you don't know already, there's over 300 different kinds of essential oils. They're used by multiple industries. You can find usage in medicine, in fragrance, and beauty. The medicine industry uses them because they're very powerful for their therapeutic effects. The fragrance industry obviously loves them because of their smells. The beauty industry loves the smell, but there's also beauty benefits in essential oils, and I'll talk about some of those in this video. But what we do know is that the human body accepts oils very well, because the oils in the human body are made from many of the same substances. So they really kind of gel well together, and they are a great therapy, a great natural alternative therapy for people that don't really like using medication, or they want to use different routes of obtaining great therapeutic benefits. And there's typically multiple uses for just one oil, which is really awesome. They're very versatile for various therapeutic uses. So when you buy a particular oil, especially if it's a single oil, there's different kinds of blends you can buy as well. But if we're talking about single oils, you can definitely use those for a variety of things. And these are just 2 of my favorite essential oils for beauty. This is geranium and lavender. And for example, geranium can reduce the appearance of pores. It can also regulate sebum production. That's especially helpful for those of you with oily skin like me. And it can fade dark spots. So it's great for all 3 of those things and more. Lavender can reduce stress, which we all know that stress is related to acne. And if you want a really gorgeous complexion, lavender is one of those things that can help reduce stress, to keep you from getting those breakouts. It can also improve sleep, and it helps induce sleep, and it can kill a breakout if you're in the middle of one or suffering from a breakout. It's a great antiseptic, so it kills bacteria. So those are just a few uses of 2 of my favorite beauty oils, but I've also got more information on 7 ways you can pamper yourself with essential oils, and that's a little graphic that I have on my website at truebeautyu.com. If you want those do-it-yourself recipes, you can check them out there. I've got the link in the description of this video. But let's get into more about essential oils. You've got to be really careful with where you get your oils from, and we're going to get into essential number 1 right now, and that's purity. So there's definitely some red flags that you want to look out for. And as I stated earlier, purity is so important when you're shopping for oils, because the maximum therapeutic benefit is directly tied to how pure your oils are. So if you're using your oils for beauty regimens, or if you're using them for therapeutic benefits, like you want to enhance your mood, or you want to relieve stress, it really depends on your source, where you're getting your oils from, and how pure they are. This is just one of the essentials. So here's some things to look out for when you're shopping for oils. You want to avoid words like reconstitution or nature identicals, isolates, perfume compounds, and the word aroma. These are just a few words that are all indications that you have an oil that's actually been mixed with other oils, that it's not really pure. You want to also be careful of oils that have been diluted with a carrier oil. We'll talk about carrier oils a little bit further in the presentation, but carrier oils are oils that can be used in the topical application of essential oils, and they're really important for that. We'll get into more detail, but if you are looking for your oils and your oil has been mixed with a carrier oil, that dilutes the potency of your oil and it affects its purity. So that's really important too. And there's some simple ways that you can tell if your oil has actually been diluted by a carrier oil. And the primary way to do this is you'll notice that the oil, the essential oil, will be very oily. I know it's counterintuitive. You might be thinking, well, it's an essential oil, so shouldn't it be oily? Actually, no. Really pure essential oils are not very oily at all. If you put a drop on the tip of your finger, it will evaporate. It doesn't have an oily kind of greasy film. So a carrier oil such as olive oil or almond oil or jojoba oil, that's going to leave an oily residue on your finger if a drop is poured on. So that's one way you can tell if your oil is pure, just putting a drop on your finger, and the actual oil should evaporate. If it's been mixed with something, you're probably going to have a little of a greasy residue on your fingers. That's if it's mixed with a carrier oil. Another way you can tell if your oil is pure is if you just put a drop on a blotting paper. So ladies, if you know those blotting papers that you use to get oil off of your face, you can blot the oil off of your face. That's the kind of paper I'm talking about. If you put a drop of essential oil on that paper, it should just evaporate. But if there's oil mixed in, like a carrier oil, then it's going to leave a greasy film. So there should be no oily patch there if you put that little drop of oil on a piece of blotting paper. So those are just two ways to tell if your oil has been diluted with a carrier oil. And the other thing that you can look out for is if there's no difference in pricing. When you're procuring essential oils, it costs more to process certain oils than it does others. And so that should be reflected in your prices. So if you're shopping around somewhere and you go into a store and it's, 5 oils for $30 and you've got your myrrh is the same price as your lavender, that's not accurate. Myrrh is a more expensive oil, so that should be reflected in the price. So if you're going somewhere where all the prices are the same, that particular carrier of those oils is probably not ensuring that they're pure, and the oils have probably been mixed down with other components in order to save money. So that's another red flag that you need to look out for. The best places to buy essential oils are those places that are focused on natural health rather than those that are focused on fragrance and beauty, because those places are most likely going to cut corners, whereas the ones that are focused on health are really going to be more in tune with you getting the actual therapeutic benefit that those oils can produce. So I'm going to say this multiple times throughout this video, but it's really, really important that you know the source of where you're getting your oils from. Essential number 2 is potency. And there's a few different things that affect potency. The potency is really important. Let's start with that. Potency is important because just like purity, it affects the therapeutic outcomes, the therapeutic benefits that you can obtain from the oils. And if you're looking for, beauty benefits, it also affects that as well. So there's a few different things that affect potency. You've got soil, temperature, climate, the actual area where the oil is growing in affects the actual potency. So the environment is very, very important. And it's best if oils are procured from their natural habitat, or where they naturally grow in various parts of the world. Other things that affect potency are fillers. Fillers could be carrier oils. They could also be different chemical additives that have been put into oils. That's where I was talking a few slides back about different things that you might see on oils, like the words reconstitution or isolates or nature identicals. Those are all words that indicate that there could be and most likely are fillers in your oil. So what you want to look for is ingredients that are 100% essential oil. Now, it may not say 100% essential oil on the actual ingredients. It may just say, like on my oils, I think it just says geranium, or it'll just say lavender. But the point is that in the ingredients listed, you don't want to see anything other than the actual name of the plant that it's derived from, or the essential oil that you're actually using. So it's really important that you know your source, where you're getting your oils from, because all of these things again affect your therapeutic benefit and as a result your outcomes. Essential number 3 is integrity. Integrity of the oil means that it should come from one plant species from the same region and the same harvest. And this is if it's not a blend. So we're talking about single oils only. You can also get blends where you've got, lavender and, geranium mixed together, or a few different other oils mixed in to create a blend to obtain a certain therapeutic benefit. I'm not talking about those oils. I'm talking about the single oils. Those should come from a single plant species, from the same region and from the same harvest. And the reason for that is that it maintains consistency in the batches of oils that you have. You want your oils to come from a place where that plant naturally grows in, and those oils are harvested in that same area. So this is all about the integrity of the oils. And again, knowing your source can give you the peace of mind that the oils that you're using are pure and that they're high quality. Essential number 4 is proper use and storage. So even though essential oils are natural, you still need to be careful with them because they're very, very potent and they're very, very powerful. So there's a way to know if the oils that you're using are safe or not. And they're labeled as GRAS oils, and that stands for generally regarded as safe. So if you know that your oils are generally regarded as safe, then you can have peace of mind in using them, that they're okay to use. And if you're someone with sensitive skin especially, you definitely want to test on your skin first. So just to make sure that you don't have an adverse reaction before you apply it in more broader areas topically. And as you're using oils, you'll notice that some can be used neat. That's a word for undiluted. So some of them can be used just straight out of the bottle onto the skin. But carrier oils are also great to use for those oils that should not be used neat, like oregano. It's just way too potent to use it without diluting it. But carrier oils are great to dilute oils, even those that are safe to use straight out of the bottle. They're great to use for greater surface area as you're applying them to the skin. So for example, if you wanted to use an oil like lemongrass, or if you wanted to use lavender, or if you wanted to use geranium or a blend or whatever, and you wanted to use it on your skin topically, if you have just oil that's coming out one drop at a time, you really can't cover much surface area that way. So the reason for the carrier oil is to be able to blend those drops of oil, and then you can cover a much broader surface area for your therapeutic benefits. So you just want to make sure that the oils that you're using are typically GRAS oils, generally regarded as safe, and you want to make sure that those that should be diluted before use, that you definitely do that. Now we're going to get into the different types of carrier oils that there are. Most carrier oils are vegetable based, but they're not the type that you'd get in the grocery store. So we're not talking about your Crisco vegetable oil or stuff that you'd cook with. Most people, you shouldn't be cooking with that stuff anyway, but that's a whole other topic. But you want your oils to be very high quality. You want them natural. You want them minimally processed. And that's why most of the oils that are in the grocery store, like your typical vegetable oils, those are going to be ruled out because they're very highly processed. Most of them aren't very natural. Most of them have GMO ingredients, and they're typically not very high quality. So if you're using a high quality essential oil, you don't want to be blending that with a low quality carrier oil. So here's some oils on the screen for you that you could use as great oils. I've put a star beside some of the ones that are my favorite. Almond oil, avocado oil. Avocado oil has great fatty acid composition. Olive oil as well. Coconut oil is great. And jojoba oil for me is a personal favorite. So all of them are good, can be used, and these are just some of the highlights that I've starred here. In the chart to the right, you can see the amount of essential oil that you would use per the drops of essential oil that you would use in relation to the base oil. So if you're wanting to use, 2 to 5 drops of lavender, then you need 1 teaspoon of your base oil to dilute that in to spread that over your skin or wherever you're using it. So that's the base oil to carrier oil chart. And I have a reference document for you at the end of this video, so don't feel like you have to write all of that down. I'll provide all of that for you if you just sit tight. So now let's talk about storage of oils. It's really important when you're shopping. Essential oils need to be in dark bottles. They need to be away from heat, and they need to be away from moisture. And the reason for the dark bottles is because sunlight or light that's hitting the oils can affect their potency. So you definitely want to make sure that they're stored in a dark bottle. If you're looking at purchasing from someone and they have their oils that are not in a dark bottle, that's a red flag. You don't want to be buying those oils because you don't know if the oils are still structurally sound and if you're going to be able to get the best therapeutic benefit. You also want to keep your lids on. So when you're not using them, when they're not in use, you want your lids on just to preserve them and keep their shelf life for as long as possible. They should also be stored in glass. You want to avoid using plastics to store your oils because some of them are quite powerful and can actually degrade the plastic over time. And if that happens, your plastic, the chemicals from the plastic can leach into the oil. And then you go and you apply it to your skin, or you ingest it, or whatever you do with your essential oils, and then you contaminate your body with those same chemicals as well. So it's really important that you store your oils in glass. If you've got droppers, a lot of times the lids now, the ones for the essential oils that I use, they just have drop lids. You don't have droppers with them. But if you have droppers with yours, if you're blending or you're making your personal blends or perfumes, fragrances, or whatever, you want to store your droppers separately if they're rubber, because again, that rubber material can degrade over time and leach into your oils, and glass droppers are best. And you can find those easily on a website like Amazon. That's what I've done. I found little empty bottles that have glass droppers that are great for storing essential oil blends that I've come up with. And most sources that I found say that oils are typically good for 2 to 3 years. Some people might contest that and say they could be used for longer, but that's typically the ballpark range in terms of how long you should be using your oils. And since you can't tell when you're purchasing from someone how long they've been on the shelf, that's why it's really, really important to know the source of where you're getting your product from, and it's really important to know your buyer. So you definitely want to make sure that you know your source, and all of those things affect the potency and therapeutic benefit that you can obtain long term. Essential number 5, which I've been talking about this whole time, is sourcing. Sourcing affects all of the other essentials. So the purity, the potency, the integrity of the oils, even the storage, you really control how they're used, but the storage of the oils, all of that's affected by the source. And so that's why the source is so important, and that you want to make sure that you are getting your oils from a place that you can trust. My choice is doTerra essential oils, and this is why. I've researched into this company, and they satisfy all 4 of the essentials. You know, they have a pure product that's potent, it holds up its integrity, and they always store it right. And the 2 huge things that affect that is their processing method. They have gentle processing methods that are traditional to the ways that oils have been processed over history. And these days, you know, you've got manufacturers, people that are wanting to process oils, and the way that they do it they do it in a cheap way that goes about damaging the actual oils, which affects the therapeutic benefits, but you don't realize this because it happens before these oils ever get to you. I personally feel like these are the highest quality essential oils. You know, when you compare them from some of the other companies out there, from one oil to the next, you can smell the difference. They're really, really fragrant, they're potent, they're beautiful, and they're certified pure therapeutic grade oils. And this is really important because it involves a very intense 3-phase testing process, because they're all about ensuring that the end product is as pure and as potent that it can be, and that from batch to batch they're maintaining a consistent output over time, every time. And the other thing that I really like about doTERRA is that because they go to various parts of the world to procure their oils, they're actually going to the natural habitat of many of these plant species. They're working with the locals there, the local artisans, and this is what they call their co-impact sourcing. So they're having an impact in the community there, supporting the people there, and really creating a global economy that benefits both the natives of the land where they're procuring the oils from, and it also benefits those end users of the oils, because they're coming from a place that is very native to the actual the plants. So I think that's an awesome thing, and that's why I really, really love doTERRA oils. I've been using them for a while now, and I've not found a company that has higher quality products than them. Here's just a few of my favorites with doTERRA. They've got amazing single beauty oils. I've already talked about geranium and lavender for their beauty benefits, but also sandalwood, myrrh, patchouli, bergamot. Those are all great oils, not just for relaxation, for skin benefits. They help create radiant, glowing skin. Those are just some of them, and they can enhance your mood, uplift your mood, amongst many other benefits as well. And they've got some great beauty blends too. Their beauty blend called Clear Skin helps with obviously clearing your skin. It helps to create a glow. It helps to clear up problem areas if you've got problem skin. Immortelle is their anti-aging beauty blend, and it helps to reduce fine lines and wrinkles, and overall just helps to give skin a very youthful appearance. Digestin, I find this to be a beauty blend because it helps with digestion, and we know that digestion impacts your skin, and if you have great digestion and things are working well in that area, then your skin has a much higher chance of being really gorgeous and pure and beautiful. But if you're having challenges in the digestive area, oftentimes that shows up in skin, and that can be with acne, it can be with eczema, it can be with a variety of different skin issues. You know, your skin just may look dull, you know, but Digestin is a blend that they've created to help with digestive issues, and I consider that to be a beauty blend. Balance is a relaxation blend. So if you're stressed out or you're living a high paced lifestyle, Balance is great to just help create calm, peace, and relaxation in your life. And stress, you know, can also cause acne, and it can harm your complexion. So I really think that it's important for that as well. So there's a link to where you can get access to these products and look at more of the doTERRA line in the description of the video. I just want to say thank you for watching, and I really appreciate it. I've got some gifts for you. I have an essential oil reference sheet, so it's all about essential oils and the different, it's kind of a recap over this video, but it also goes over different therapeutic ways that you can use different oils, some of the top oils and what you can do with them. And I've also got the FDA's gross list of essential oils. So if you're looking at purchasing and you want to make sure that you're being safe with your oils, this is a good place to reference those that are completely fine for using in various ways. And it'll tell you if you can use it neat or if it needs to be diluted. And again, I've got details on where to get doTerra oils in this reference document as well. If you want to learn more, visit truebeautyu.com/essential oils, and that's where you can actually download the reference guide. And I've got a link for you to that in the description of this video. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back with more great content for you.